Good morning, North Carolina Vinyl Picker here. I'm heading down to Charlotte. Yes, I am. I'm going to the big record show. So stand by, strap in, get ready for this episode. It's going to be a good one. We'll see you soon down at the record show. I'll be taking footage today. North Carolina Vinyl Picker here, going into the record show. Got a lot to show. When I get inside, I'm going to take some photos and do some crate digging. So stand by for that. Good Sunday morning, North Carolina Vinyl Picker here. I got a show for you today. We're going to go ahead and do a deep dive into the 10 illustrated records for Rob Walker. Let the music play. Yeah, we're going to do that at the end of the show here. I'm going to show you 10 records that illustrated covers for that thread that's going around. I'm putting together my top 10 records for 2023. Yep, I'm coming out with that list. It's a yearly list. I've had people asking me already, when are you going to be doing that, your top 10? Well, it's coming soon. And it's going to be here in a couple weeks. I'm working it down, and with the Harmony Codex just coming out, there can only be one. Isn't that what Highlander said? So I went to a record show yesterday in Charlotte. That was fantastic. I met Beetle Brad while I was there. Beetle Brad's so cool. I wanted to get a selfie with him, but then I was too busy flipping, and I forgot. But we did have a conversation. We talked, and then we talked later in the day. And it looks like we may be meeting up when we get up to Clemens, North Carolina, here in a couple of weeks. Big show up there, big show. Well, fall is here in the mountains of North Carolina, and the temperatures are dropping, and it's getting a little bit wet, too. It's been raining. Ground's getting muddy. But I did manage to go to the show yesterday. I'm going to show you those records here in just a minute. So I did get one record in the mail that I ordered from eBay. It's Moody Blues. It's an EP. Came in this nice plastic cover. Sitting at the wheel from the album Presence. So this was a really nice find. Get this EP. It was dirt cheap. Moody Blues stuff right now is pennies on the dollar. It's very cheap to get those things. And then when I went to the show yesterday, I stopped at Bruegger's Bagels down in Charlotte. If you're down in Charlotte and you're from up north like I am, and you love bagels, you got to stop at Bruegger's. I think they have 4 locations in Charlotte, and there was one not too far from where the record show was. And also right down the street, I seen a Metro Diner. And if anybody knows what Metro Diner is, when I lived in Florida, and I was the Florida vinyl picker, we used to go to the Metro Diner down in Longwood, I think in Longwood, Florida. But great food if you get a chance. And if I ever get my wife to go down to Charlotte to a record pick with me, which probably won't happen, but maybe after NASCAR is over, I would recommend going to Metro Diner. It's a very good place. Or stop at Bruegger's Bagels and get yourself a bag of bagels and bring them home and put whatever you want on them. So, but anyway, back to the show. So I did find this one there yesterday for $3, and it's had the hype sticker. And Harry said, "Don't pass up on those hype stickers." So yeah, there you go. This is a great album, The Other Side of Life. This is when they had Patrick Moraz in the band, and you know they never talk about him being in a band. I think there was a falling out, another dysfunctional band. Go figure, right? So yeah, so I went ahead and put my other copy in the store, and that'll be in there. If you're speaking of the store, I've had a lot of people buying up some stuff lately. And thank you very much for all those people out there that have been buying up my CDs and LPs. And that's at Discogs, Big Chief Vinyl 57. There'll be a link down below, and you can get there. I got 100% on my shipping and handling. and my buying. So no problems there. Any problems with any of the stuff that I have or you get, and just let me know. We'll make it right. So, but yeah, I like using Discogs. I don't want to be toting all my records down to Charlotte and selling them at a record fair, and I don't really want to put them on eBay. I don't want to do like a car boot sale. They don't even have those here in the U.S. as far as I know. I was able to find this one there yesterday too, and this was marked down to $10. Yep, I used to have this back in the day. Actually, I saw this concert in Hartford, Connecticut. I think it was Hartford. Could have been New Haven. But yeah, and everybody passed around Peter Gabriel around the stage. It happened just like that. He laid down, he laid back, lay your hands on me, and everybody just passed him around. He went just to the left of me from what I remember. Just like when I saw John Anderson on the 35th Yes tour, he had a sweater on down there in Tampa because we were at the Ice Palace, and he passed right in front of me. So all these guys just missed me by a couple of feet. But this was an awesome tour. Yeah. I was happy to get that in my collection. Phil Manzanera, of course, from Roxy Music, and he also played with David Gilmour. This is one of his solo albums I did not have. It's called Diamond Head. I think that's in Hawaii, isn't it? But there's John Wetton on here, Eno, Robert Wyatt, Andy McKay, Eddie Jobson. There's a whole cast of characters in here. Ian McDonald from King Crimson's in here. So don't pass up on any of his records, Phil Manzanera. They're really good. If you like jazz fusion and some kind of like rock a little bit. And this is what I picked up yesterday for $5. It's got the booklet inside, and the record looks pristine. He had $5 on it. It's really heavy too. So I don't know. It says it's a U.S. release. I'll have to check it in Discogs. But I was picking this up, and Beatle Brad was standing right next to me. He says, "Oh, I have that record." I said, and then I didn't hear his voice. I didn't look at him, and I didn't know who he was at first. So I said, "Oh, I had that album back in the day. I've been listening to this one since I was a kid." He said, "Me too." And then he said that was a good pickup. And then we started talking, and I realized it was Beatle Brad. And he looked at me and says, "Oh, I know who you are. You're the North Carolina vinyl picker." So I'm like, "Holy moly, somebody has seen me." I was shocked. I thought maybe somebody down there would want my autograph. Nah, probably not. Okay, so then I went to another table, and this guy had a bunch of records, and he had some imports and stuff, and I seen this album, the Kayak. If anybody knows Prague knows about this band, Kayak. This is Royal Red Bouncer. This is probably their best album. And they had $12 on it. Holy moly. I'm still trying to collect all my Kayak records. I need to go through and see which ones I'm missing. I'll probably do that sometime today. But this is a great band. If anybody likes Prague, this is a good band to get into. Not a top tier band, second tier. The rest of some of these records, I didn't put the plastic in. Now, I'm not going forward. I'm not going to be putting the plastic in on my albums until after I show them, because I've had some people saying, "Hey, the glare is just too much, Big Chief, too much." Okay, so I've been looking for this one for a long time. I went to this table with a man and his wife, and he had a whole bin of $5 records. I'm thinking to myself, "Hey, ain't gonna be nothing in here worth a hoot." I did find 2 records in there. One of them was this one here I've been looking for, and it's like mint. Man, I love some Neil Diamond. I played this last night. That thing sounded perfect. It's on that Bang Records. Look at that. Is it cool or what? And then after Bang Records, he went to Uni, and I'm still looking for a couple more. Brother Love Salvation Show, and the original copy of Velvet Gloves and Spit. So those are the 2 that I'm looking for. I'll find them eventually. Look at that man. He looks too cool, don't he? Yeah. Wish I was as cool as he was. Okay, Red Rose Speedway. Found this one for $5. This one was in the bin, the $5 bin. And it has all the pictures and everything in here. I don't know if this came originally with any posters or anything, but this is one of McCartney's albums I did not have. So I was glad to pick that one up for $5, and that's a really nice copy. And then I went around the table again. I went around the room again. And then I'm trying to get in, to different areas and stuff. So I'm trying to remember which ones I've been to, which ones I hadn't. Larry Coryell, Planet's End. This is one of Larry's albums I did not. The Godfather of Fusion. If anybody wants to know, this is Larry. And I just put on Instagram my top 9. These are the first 9 Fusion albums. I've been working on this for almost the entire year this year. And this one doesn't make it because this came out in 75. So my top 9 Fusion records ends before Mahavishnu. So this is mostly, which I've shown these before, but I'm going to do an update on here in a couple weeks. I'm going to do an update on the first 20 Fusion records, starting at the very first. I'm waiting to try to get every one of them, see. And, Blood, Sweat, and Tears and the first Chicago album, those were in the top 20, So what else did I get? Oh, so then I went to a table, and this guy said, I have all high-end stuff. Any record here with a red dot means that it's a Japanese import. I said, ooh. Let me look through here. So I went from A to Z, went all the way through. I said, I got any Moody Blues? Because Big Chief loves his Moody Blues. He said, yeah, I think I got one in there. Look at that. Now that's pretty cool. Days of Future Past. He had a 20 on this. This is the most expensive record I bought all day. And, yeah, look at that sucker. So this is like the 3rd copy of Days of Future Past I bought in the last month. But, I had that other copy of that pressing from Holland that used the UK plates. That thing sounds amazing. This one here is going to sound, I'm going to see how we do. I might do a shootout and see how this sounds with the other one. So then I seen this one here, Robert Plant. I'm a sucker for Robert Plant and Led Zeppelin. If I see something, I usually pick it up. And this was, I think he had $3 on this. And so I never seen this one before. I'm trying to get, he had quite a few EPs because, it was the 80s, and a lot of the EPs were coming out. Peter Gabriel, Kate Bush, Moody Blues, Robert Plant, lots of different bands were doing those back then. But this one here is pretty cool, and I'm glad to get this. The next 2 I paid $3 a piece for. They're not the best copies, but they're okay for now. I'm going to put them in my Humming Guru, clean them up, and then we'll go from there. I found a copy of Who's Next. And I think it's a reissue, but the vinyl was nice. The vinyl was nice on it, and for $3, I can listen to Who's Next again. It's been a long time since I had this. I got a little bit of I don't know if it's the weather changing or what it is. I got a little bit of congestion, a little uts going on. Okay, so I think I found this one, Synchronicity. This is my favorite Police album. And I really enjoy Sting's albums more than I do the Police records because I like that fusion on the first couple albums. And then I just bought Bring On the Night, which had that little bit of a sputz on there that I couldn't get off. I even put it through the Humming Guru twice and it still wouldn't come on. But the Police Synchronicity, yeah, this is really cool. So I want to listen to this. I used to have this on cassette. I think I wore my cassette out in my car, listening to this. This came out in 83, so that was a long time ago. And yeah, this is a great album. I might get Ghost in the Machine, but any of the first 3, I'm not really into that vibe there. But Ghost in the Machine, I remember I like that one. Santana, this is a really cool cover. And I had been looking for this one. This was Borboleta. And he had $5 on this one. And he said this should have been in the $4 box. So he gave me back $1. There you go. So those were all $4. This one, The Who, and The Police. I got all 3 of these for $12. I ended up I brought $100 with me, like I always do to the show. And then, because most of the guys, you got to pay in cash. So don't try bringing a credit card to a record show or a debit card. And so bring a little bit of cash with you. Put it in your pocket. And when you go in there, and then you can pick up bunches of records. I got like 15 records for $100. So it averaged out to like $6 a record. So that's pretty good. And then for last but not least, I picked up Smiler. This was the last Rod Stewart album I wanted. I have it all. I wanted all his records up to Hot Legs. That's the tour I seen back when I saw it in Washington, D.C. So there you go. That's all the stuff I picked up at the record show. That was quite a bit. And I had a great time. And like I say, the bagels were really good. I'm going to have one here this morning too. Okay, so now let the music play. Rob Walker has a thread going out there to show 10 illustrated records. So here's my first one. Sitting on a Park Bench. Yeah, Aqualung. Everybody knows this record. I'm going to show you. I could have showed 200 records. Camel, Mood Madness. I could have showed about 200 illustrated records. There's so many of them. I got a pair here. Moody Blues. The Presence. And Long Distance Voyager. Moody Blues. There's a twofer there. How about this one here? Nectar. A Tab in the Ocean. What a great album. Their first album was real spacey. Then came this one. And then they came out with Sounds Like This, which was a double album that was more spacey. They went back to their spacey roots. And then they came out with their masterpiece, Remember the Future. And then after that was Down to Earth, which I love too as much. And then came Recycled, and that's when Big Chief seen him. North Carolina Vinyl Picker saw him out in Long Island on the Recycled tour with Royal Brighton. Oh, man. I think, if I'm not mistaken, John, you correct me, it was a New Year's Eve show. And we were there with your brother and a few other people. So it was West Hempstead. Is that where we were? We were out on Long Island. I remember that. And we went out there and seen, saw Nectar. My only one time I got to see them. They were incredible. And it was on the Recycled tour with Larry Fast on keyboards. Yeah, Synergy. There you go. If you like Tomita, and if you like Jean-Michel Jarre, Vangelis, give Larry Fast a try. Synergy. So there you go. Tab in the Ocean. Rob Walker, one of his favorite bands, Quadrophenia. This came with a booklet. I think I got this at a record show down there in Charlotte a few years ago. Yeah, maybe last year. I think guy had $5 on this. The albums were like mint, and they had a booklet in there with it. Had the original booklet. I had sold my other copy on Discogs I had found, and it was roached. And I think it didn't sell for much, but somebody wanted it, and I documented it. The problem with the album, it had a couple scratches on it. The cover wasn't all that great, but somebody wanted it and paid like $3 for it with shipping. But it was a good starter copy. This one here is a much better one. Glad to have that. How about Tales from Topographic Oceans? Yeah, one of my favorite Yes albums, if not my favorite. It's a white label promo, and it doesn't have the sticker. I wish it did, but Tales from Topographic Oceans, the revealing science of God. How about this one? Steven Wilson, The Raven Refused to Sing. Glenn Galloway loves this album. So does the Vinyl Picker. Great album. How about Miles in the Sky? Look at that illustration. I just got this a couple weeks ago. I got it at Revolver Records, which is in McAdenville, North Carolina. So if you're ever in that area, if you're in Charlotte, all you got to do is go a little bit north and you'll be in McAdenville. And they have a great record store there called Revolver Records. This was up on the wall, and I picked it up. I think it was like $15 or something. They have really good prices there. And this comes in at number 1. This is the Harmony Codex. Yeah, this is Steven Wilson. Did I say number 1? Oh, did I give a hint to 2023 top 10 list? I might have. But anyway, I regress. Someone always says that. So, you little Jimmy in the front row, you always say that. Why do you always say that? I don't know. Go back to sleep. So, the Harmony Codex is Steven Wilson's brand new album, which has been out for a week and a day now, or a week and 2 days. And if you haven't picked up your copy, get a copy today. get it on stream it. You could get a CD. You could get an LP. You could get the deluxe. There's lots of ways of getting that album. Steven Wilson's my favorite artist, by the way. So that's all I got for today. That was 19 minutes and 27 seconds. Got all that stuff in, and I'm still talking pretty good today, even though I've got a little bit of schmutz going on. Y'all be good out there. Support them troops. We need them more than ever now. Yeah, we'll be talking to you soon. And if anything breaks during the week, I'll be breaking in with any emergency news or anything like that for the vinyl picker. But other than that, keep your thoughts and your prayers in for David, the VC ambassador. Keep him in your prayers. He's having a little bit of health issue right now, and he's a really great guy. I look forward to seeing him again here out on the hunt for records in Charlotte area and onward. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm going to be going to Clemens, North Carolina, right down 40. It'll take me right over to Clemens, and I'm going to get over there to the big show, 80 tables. So it's going to be epic. It's going to be great. I'll be talking to you soon, and like I say, support them troops out there if you can, and we'll be talking to you. North Carolina Vinyl Picker out.